Hi everybody, welcome to Downward Dog Rising. It's Tracy. I'm here to give you a little yoga workout tonight. And this week I had insomnia. I still have it, so I'm going to give you a yoga workout, and our theme tonight is going to be on single-minded focus. So focus is important because sometimes you still have to work, you still have to do stuff when you haven't had enough sleep. And you have to put all your energy and focus into one thing and direct it only at one thing so you can get through what you need to get done. So tonight, just focus tonight, whenever you see this, focus on your breath and focus on being present in the moment and what you're doing in the moment. Nothing else exists except for you and this moment. Okay, let's begin. Stand in Tadasana, mountain pose. Your feet are going to be hip-width apart on your mat. You just have equal weight through each side, each leg. Tailbone drops down. Take a deep inhale, reach arms to sky. And we're going to do a forward fold from the hip sockets, not the back. I'm going to go forward. Ardha Uttanasana. Half forward fold, look up, deep inhale, stretch that tailbone long behind you. Step back, 1 foot at a time, go into your plank. Okay, from your plank, we're going to go into our upward facing dog. Inhale. Now we're going to go back into downward dog. Exhale, press those hips behind you. Now we're going to take our right foot in between the two hands. Left foot turns slightly out. Want you to ground down into your pelvis. Want you to root down as you lengthen up. Inhale. Feel that tailbone elongate. Rise up through top of head. We're going to exhale. Bring your hands to each side of our front foot. Take it back into your plank. Now we're going to go straight down and then come back up into upward facing dog. Go back into downward dog. Exhale. Step your left foot in between the two hands. Right foot turns out. You got to really root down into your thighs. Think of a tree branch with roots, the trunk. Rise up. Thumbs to sky. Feel how shoulder blades anchor down. Tailbone long. Come back. Go back into your plank. Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, exhale, come up and through. Really stay firm through the front of the hips and thighs. Careful not to arch the back. And lift and lengthen. Now we're going to take our right foot forward and through again. Left foot turns out. Come all the way up. So we're in our Warrior 1, Virabhadrasana 1. Use this as an opportunity. Get that right knee in line with your hip socket. We don't want it to track inward. Press through the lateral edge of your foot. Tailbone long. Rise up. Coming all the way down. One hand on each side of your foot. Go back into your full plank. And then we're going to go into Chaturanga Dandasana. Anchor those blades down your back. Scoop your abdominal wall in. Elbows to ribs. Pull your chest through. Lift and lengthen through your sternum. Deep inhale. Go back into your downward dog. I think it's Ardha Mukha Shavasana. Then we're going to take the left foot straight through. Right foot turns out, root all the way down. You're going to lift and lengthen up. Head away from tailbone, stretch, elongate. So we're in our Warrior 1, Virabhadrasana 1. Gently bring hands to each side of your front foot. Go back into your downward dog. Actually, we're going to do plank and then Chandrasana. Chaturanga Dandasana. Down, lifting up. Open your shoulders and your chest. Go back into downward dog. Stay here. Now I want you to walk it. No worries if the heels don't totally touch down. Just kind of let your body move a little bit. I want you to lengthen your breastbone forward and through. Really stretch the spine forward as the legs lengthen down back behind you. 2 currents of energy. 4 and 3 and 2. All right. Take your right foot to the air, to the sky. Lengthen the left leg. Right leg in the air, really stretch. Feel those arms pressing out of your center. Now we're going to take our right knee, we're going to fold it towards our right thumb, step forward and through. I want you to come down into a swan. We're going to take our back hip, it opens up, her kneecap to the floor. You're going to take the top part of the foot, rest it on your mat, and I want you to really lengthen. You might have to pick your pelvis up like this, square out your hips, stretching up, really lengthen up through the spine like a string is lifting you up. We want to open our hips, pigeon, otherwise known as swan and yin. Come all the way down to your forearms. If you can make it all the way down, bring your forehead to the back of your hands. I'm going to stay on my forearms. I'm going to go out of view if I go to the mat. Feel free to come all the way down like this. You get really deep into your pelvis that way. We're going to be getting into the side of our hip and glute. This hip and glute on that side, this quad and hip flexor psoas on that side. Hold and breathe. Just focus inward. We want our hips to release. If you sit at a computer all day, it feels really good to release your hip flexors. Feels good to release hamstrings, glutes. And that way our back can feel refreshed, so it doesn't feel compressed. Just bring your awareness, your attention to any tight areas. Breathe into it. And just release. The air flows out as well as the tension. Let's take another deep inhale here. Slowly, you're going to lift head, neck, shoulders, chest, coming all the way up. Okay, what I want you to do with this front leg, I want you to bend. You're going to curl the toes of your back foot, curl the toes under like that, like a pedestal to stand on. You're going to lift up the front knee towards your chest, and then I'm going to have you extend straight back. Three-legged dog. Then I want you to come forward. Knee to chest, and then I'm going to have you exhale into three-legged dog. Really stretch armpits to palms, lengthen sternum forward and through the arms. Breathing in, exhale, three-legged dog. 3 more, inhale, exhale. Let's strengthen our core. 2, keep your focus inward. Come into your downward dog and walk it slow with control. Lengthen your breastbone forward and through. Stretch through those 2 arms. Shoulder blades drop deep down the back. Side lines, ribs out of hips. They lengthen, they open up. Two more. Now we're going to go into three-legged dog on the left leg. Gently extend that left leg straight into the air. Square out your pelvis. Inhale. Now we're going to fold that left knee in towards our left thumb. Come all the way forward for your swan, for your pigeon. The back foot's going to rest on the mat. Back leg, the kneecap faces downward. You might have to lift pelvis, square your hip bones straight to the front so you're aligned. It's very important that we keep our pelvis aligned. We don't want to establish any faulty movement patterns. And if our pelvis isn't aligned, our hip muscles cannot contract efficiently. So gotta be careful of our alignment. Lengthen up all the way to the top of your spine, the top of your head. Open shoulders, chest, hold here. Lengthening up. We're going to come forward now, either on the forearms or all the way down. You could have one hand over the other and just rest your forehead on the back of your hands. I'll let you decide. I'm going to stay here on my forearms. Staying up a little higher gives you a little more support so you don't get as deep of a stretch through hips and pelvis. If you feel really tight, this might be a good alternative. Otherwise, come all the way down. Really stretch that spine long as you rest your forehead on the back of your hands. You choose. Let's stay here for a moment and breathe. Really try to keep those hips straight. Inhale. Acknowledge any tension and let it go. If you're resisting anything in your body, see where it feels tight. And just with awareness, focus inward on it. With each exhalation, try to release more of the tension out of it. If your hips are tight, go into them. Send the air, the oxygen, your breath goes into them. And then try to carry out any toxins with the exhale. So you bring your intention and focus to that area. And then just release out of that area. Let things melt away. What we resist persists. So sometimes it's better just to face head on. If you're really tight, it's okay. Go into the tightness and just let it go. You're not going to force it. Just go where you can tolerate. I'm going to take a couple more deep inhales here. One more deep inhale. And just let that tension go. Free the energy in your body. Slowly we're going to lengthen and lift. Head, neck, shoulders. Take your hands a little closer together. You're going to take your back foot. You're going to curl those toes under. Lift up the back knee. Lift up. Now we're going to take that front knee and extend straight up into your three-legged dog. Lengthening. Your whole entire spine stretches forward as your leg elongates behind you, lengthening. We're going to draw our knee in towards our chest. Feel abdominals scoop into your spine. Exhale, you're going to stretch that leg long behind you, shoulders away from ears. Level out your hips, hips straight across. Inhale, knee to chest. Exhale, really elongate. Stretch that leg long. Press the floor away with your palms. Feel those currents of energy up the spine, down the spine, up to the top of the head, down into your foot. Breathing in. Exhale, stretch into three-legged dog. 3 more. Draw your knee to your chest. Scoop your abdominals in. Exhale, stretch your leg long behind you. 2 more times. Knee to chest, hips in line with shoulders. Exhale, reach that leg up behind you. 1 more time. Deep inhale, head away from tailbone. Exhale, stretch that leg long behind you. Now from here, bring both knees down to your mat. I want you to do a little cat-cow. So I want you to stretch top of head away from tailbone to the side. We're going to go, here is your cow. You have some extension here. And then I want you to press your palms away as you lift up your sternum. Chin down, tailbone down. Do a deep exhale as your abdominal wall really tightens to your back. And then stretch your head away from your tailbone. Elongate. Exhale. Inhale, stretch apart. And then exhale. 2 more times. Stretch in opposition. And then 1 more time. All right. All right, next exercise. Square out your 2 hip bones, meaning they stay straight to the ground. And then I want you to inhale and create openness across the front of your shoulders and your chest. Breathe into the side of your ribs. We're going to do a little spinal twist. Exhale, come back to the mat. Again, breathing in, open your shoulders, your chest. Exhale. 3 more. Breathe into the sides of your ribs. Make some space in your spine. Exhale. 2 more. Breathing into the sides of your ribs. Exhale. One more time. Keep head lengthening away from your tailbone. Keep that single-minded focus on the task that you're doing. Nothing else exists right now. Hip bones are squared to the mat. Breathing in. Feel those ribs expand. Chest is open. Exhale, come back. Notice if one side's tighter or constricted. Breathing in. Exhale, come back. Good. 3 more times. Collarbone widens across the chest. Hip bones squared to the mat. Open your heart. Exhale. Come back in. 2 more times. Breathing in. And exhale down. 1 more time. Breathing in. And exhale down. Okay, next we're going to do extended puppy pose, also known as melting heart in yin yoga. What I want you to do, the line from your hip joint to your knee joint, that stays in a straight line. So we don't let our hips go forward like we do when we do push-ups. Keep hips over your knees. And then you can have your tops of your feet rest on the mat. And now we're going to take our breastbone. Our sternum is going to really lengthen and reach forward. And then we're going to keep stretching our sits bones behind us. So you're going to slowly come forward. I want you to really feel the front of those ribs moving away from the front of your pelvis as you stretch. Gently stretch forward. Your arms reach long. Your shoulders are away from the ears. Stretch your sits bones to the wall behind you. Feel the sides of your waist stretch long. Melting heart. Feel like your breastbone, your sternum melts forward into the mat. Your arms are actively pressing away from you. You're going to feel backs of arms working, shoulders down away from ears, and stay here for a few breaths. If it's uncomfortable for your knee joints, you could take a rolled up blanket, place it under your knees. We're opening the back body right now. Feel your spine stretch long. Feel those hips lengthen behind you, sits bones away, tailbone long. Stretch your breastbone away from the navel. Stretch your navel away from your pubic bone. Really create some length. Create some openness in that low back. Let's take one more deep inhale here. And gently exhale. So from extended puppy melting heart, we're going to slowly come forward into a low Cobra, Badakanasana. I'm going to have you come all the way down. Bring your forearms, your elbows bend. Your forearms are going to be here like this. Let me show. Elbow, straight line under your shoulder. Collarbones wide. And you're going to come straight down to the mat. And then from here, I want you to stretch your legs long behind your body. Legs are long. Shoulders are directly over the elbows. Chest is open. Lengthen your breastbone. I want you to stay here and breathe. Your fingers are wide open. Your palms press down into the floor. Collarbones wide. Elbows directly under your shoulders. Okay, and then to protect your neck, let's do something a little different. You're going to take your chin slightly forward like this. Nod forward. And really create some elongation and space in the back of your neck. Think no crinkles in the back of your neck. Keep the skin long on the back of the neck. And just stay here. Let's strengthen your spine. If you sit at a computer, this is a very good counter pose to sitting at the computer monitor. Stay here and breathe. Feel those abdominals stretch apart. Keep lengthening up out of the pubic bone to the navel. Low back is lengthened. Hold and breathe. We want to strengthen our spine. I know this is yoga and Pilates. If your spine is supple and flexible and healthy, it really doesn't matter your age if you're not in pain and you can move. So just food for thought. Okay, back to focusing. Focus inward. Length on back of neck. If you'd like to deepen this pose, gently, instead of walking your arms forward in front of you, maybe be more gentle and just extend the arms. You can extend the arms, but if you come up high and you feel compression in your low back, slowly walk your hands slightly further away. So on this one, ideally, sides of neck remain long, shoulders are away from the ears, low back has no compression, and just stay here, arms active, palms away from armpits. Blades draw down, space between back of blades, back of pelvis. Spine is lengthened, breathing in and breathing out. Tops of feet are resting on the mat. Neck is long. Stay here for a few more breaths. Feel chest open, collarbones wide. Take one more deep inhale here. Now gently walk your hands directly under your shoulders, come down to your mat, slowly push up to hands and knees. Now go all the way back into your rest pose, and we're just going to go back into Balasana. So then your feet touch the mat. Come back as far as you can. You could have a yoga mat under the knees. You could even take a block like this if your knees need a little extra support. You could sit like that, put the block over the back of your ankles and heels, and then you could just sit, have a little space there, sit back on it. And then you're just going to pull the breastbone forward and gently stretch forward. Relax forehead into mat. You can experiment. If your shoulders feel better this way, you can drop shoulders out of your ears, palms to sky, and just let both arms rest on the mat behind you like that. You can try that way. And breathing in, breathing out. Allow the middle part of your low back to release. Keep that single-minded focus in your body, what you're doing right now in this moment. Send the breath, send your focus into the middle of your low back. If there's any tension there, breathe into it. Softly exhale and let it release. I'm going to lift up a little bit so my knee isn't so bent. I can feel I need to do that in this moment. Whatever you need to do, listen to your body. Your body is your best judge. It lets you know what you have to do in the moment. You shouldn't feel pain or discomfort. Only mild tension from muscles releasing, but not actual physical discomfort. Take another deep inhale here. Softly exhale. Gently bring hands under shoulders. Press up to hands and knees. All right. Walk your feet through. Now from here, what I want you to do, your knees are together in the middle. Your feet are on the mat. We're going to do a little butterfly Badakanasana to open our hips, and that'll help release our low back as well. So we're going to take the soles of our feet together, bend one knee in, bring the other knee in. It's okay, you don't have to have your feet all the way into your groin. You can walk them out a little bit. Stabilize, be straight. Now I want you to elongate up all the way through the top of your head. Think of your knees floating in the air so they drop a little more. Really stretch up, rise up, sink down into those sits bones. Rise up out of the pelvis. Stretch your entire spine long. Take a few more breaths here. Really rise up, feel those knees floating in space. Equal weight on each half of your pelvis. And we're going to slowly stretch forward. Stretch your breastbone through. We're hinging at the hips rather than bending from our spine. If we do things like back bends, that energizes us. And when we do things forward, that calms us. So anything forward will calm us for insomnia. Things backwards will wake us up, give us energy. So I'm just balancing our body out. Lengthen. Keep your sternum stretching long. Breathing in. Let those hips release. Feel those inner thighs release, low back, head away from tailbone. Take one more deep inhale here and gently exhale, lifting up. Draw your knees together. Let's do a little release, little windshield wiper side to side, hands by your sides, behind you, breathing in, breathing out. Just softly windshield wiper. All right, we're going to bring our knees back to the center. Okay, I want you to do a little straddle. We're going to take one leg straight out to the side. And you want to feel like you can push through the ball of your foot as your heel stays grounded to the mat. We want to press the energy out, away from us. So we're going to take both legs equally out. If you feel a little tight through groin, inner thighs, you can always raise yourself up and sit on a block. You can even bring a folded yoga blanket under your pelvis and elevate up like that. You can have something under each knee, a folded towel if that felt comfortable. Again, reach the legs long away from your center. Breastbone lengthens up. Kneecaps to sky. And then you're going to gently keep your spine reaching long. Knees to sky. And you're going to stretch forward, keeping your spine long. Breathing in and breathing out. Push the energy through the bottoms of your feet. When we release our hips, we also help our low back. If you have osteoporosis, you would just do modified from the hinge. We always hinge from the hips, but you wouldn't go as far forward. As well as with disc herniations. You want to be safe. You don't want to push your body beyond. Just be cautious. Focus inward. See how you feel. Muscles can have mild tension as they release. You just don't want to feel actual physical pain. Stay here. Breathe into your stretch. If you have the flexibility, fold hands. Come all the way forward. Relax forehead on palms. You can rest on forearms, keeping your spine long. Feel the tension melting out of your hips. Feel those inner thighs. Breathing in, breathing out. You can even reach your arms to the sides if that felt good, stretching forward. You're going to take one more deep inhale. Exhale, gently lengthen and rise back up. Draw one knee in at a time. All right. Think of a little string on your breastbone. I want you to just lengthening up. Breathe in. Circle those arms around. Get a little mini extension. Lifting up out of your breastbone. Drop arms down and around. Circle those arms one more time. Breathing in. Exhale. We're going to interlace our fingers out in front of us and gently stretch in between your shoulder blades. Gently lengthen up. And one more time. Press those shoulder blades apart. Gently lengthen up to top of head. Cross your legs, ankles in front. Now I want you to take one arm out to your side and you're going to stretch up, both sits bones grounded. Lengthen, 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 up, 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 up. And gently stretch over. Feel that elongation, open up that sideline. Breathing in and exhale. Open up that sideline. Ribs out of hips. You can even bring the floor up to you by resting your forearm on the block. One more deep inhale and exhale, rising up. Let's go to the other side. Ground into your pelvis. Stretch and lengthen straight up. Sits bones firm underneath you. Lengthen, lengthen, lengthen. Breathing in. Up, 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 up in order to go over. And just feel that elongation in your side. Breathing in and breathing out. Good. One more deep inhale. Just feel that whole side stretching open. Relax the knees. One more time. Breathing in. Let that energy, any stale, stagnant energy, let it flow out with that exhale. Slowly you're going to lengthen back up through the spine. Taking your arms together. Inhale, bring palms into Anjali Mudra at your heart center. And just feel grateful and blessed to being able to do it. Workout tonight, today, just to feel present, honor your body, honor your mind, honor your spirit. Thank you, everybody. Peace. See you soon. Take care. Metta blessings. Bye.